You're almost there, y'all. Number 9, you're so close. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Hope you're not overwhelmed, but we got 2 more for you. My name is Stephanie Corso, CEO and co-founder of Rogue Water.
I'm Duke Greenhill, Chief Marketing Officer of Rogue Water, and this is number 9 of 10. Only 2 to go. Storytelling hacks, easy, portable, everyday tricks of storytelling that you can take back to your company, to your organization, to change hearts and minds more easily. Number 9.
Here we go.
Expand and contract time. Do you recognize these gentlemen here, these caricatures?
I do. In fact, these are, they're Goodfellas, but they're kind of bad fellas.
Yeah, they're well said. And to talk about expanding and contracting time, or to illustrate it, we're going to use a scene from Goodfellas in a second. But the sort of takeaway here is that everything in real life, which is important, happens in an instant, right? Happens quickly, and everything in real life that's boring goes on and on and on. In story world, when we're telling our stories, we want the important things to be drawn out and the boring things to be contracted. Yeah. And that's what this talks about here. But let's look at the great long take scene from Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas.
What are you doing? Leaving your car?
What? It's the car. It's easier than leaving it out of the garage and waiting. It's a lot quicker that way. You know what I mean? Huh? I like going this way rather than waiting in line. Every time I come here, every time you do, don't you work? Nice to see you. Yeah, good seeing you. Hi, how are you? Anthony, right in the front. Great, thanks. Anything you need, just let me know. Hey, I know you're waiting. I'll be right with you. Construction.
I don't feel like you're in construction.
No, I'm a union delegate.
So the great, famous long take scene from Goodfellas, all the way from street level, all the way down through the coat room, through the kitchen, through the pass, through the club, to the front of the stage. A single take, one camera, one shot, no cuts. What do you think?
Well, knowing what's happening behind the scenes in a shot like that, all I could think about was the sweating of the camera person following desperately to keep up. But just how it took something. Well, what do I think? I mean, I think it was a great shot to get to tell, like, it's a part of their relationship.
Yeah, and it accomplishes an essential part of the story. We're talking about expanding and contracting time. They needed to fall in love, right?
Yeah.
These two characters, and Scorsese needed them to do it quickly.
And because this isn't a love story where you got the whole, 2 hours to get there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And Scorsese needed them to do it in about 3 minutes of screen time, right?
Yeah.
And so what he does is play on our expectation. And most directors would have let them get out of the car, cut, maybe had a moment with the bouncer at the door, cut. They're sitting down at the table in front of the stage. Scorsese chooses to take us through this long take in order to draw out this moment to telegraph to us this is important. This is not mundane. This is important, so that by the time they sit down at that table, she says, "You gave $20 to all of them. What do you do?" "I'm in construction," he says. She says back, "These don't feel like construction hands." But despite the fact, knowing that he's lying, she moves on because what's happened?
She's smitten.
She's fallen in love with him, right? And that was the point. As storytellers, it's the only time we have the power to manipulate time is when we're telling a story. And it's one of the most important tools at our disposal. So bringing this back to water, what do you think?
Well, I think it's so important because so many of the things and behavior change that we're trying to get people to take on is we're trying to avoid things that are happening 10, 20, 30 years down the road. And that's just such a difficult concept for the human mind to really not only understand, but embrace and change. And so I think if we see this as a tool to bring that future closer to today, will help motivate those behavior changes that we desperately need.
Yeah, the human brain is no fault of our own. It's just wired that way to not care about the future, to care about the present. And so we must realize the experience of the future for people now if we're going to avoid some nasty stuff up there.
Which I think really pairing this number 9 with number 8, show don't tell, is there any other way to condense something like that without the visual piece?
I don't think so. I mean, you could ask people to live in a way,
Oh, yeah.
like
immersive.
the morning routine idea
Yeah.
that we won't give away because registered trademark. But maybe you all will see that one day. But those sorts of,
Nope,
immersion.
deleted it. It's all in here now. In one of our outtakes, I gave this brilliant idea that I then deleted. So it's just I better write it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed number 9 and hope you can see how we could use this as a way to maybe when you're thinking about the next video you want to produce, or if you want to try out a video, what are ways that you could bring some of those things that are in the future that we're trying to avoid to the current and make people really think it, feel it right now, and see how the change that they make today truly does impact what happens tomorrow.
Amen.
So you guys got one more. Y'all got one more. Hang in tight, and we'll see you number 10.
Number 10 coming your way.